Hey everyone! Today we'll be checking out Stray Kids' Thunderous dance practice video. Now I'm gonna expect quite a bit from Stray Kids. I really like their other songs and their dance practice, so I have high hopes for this one. Let's check it out. That entrance though is so interesting where he's sitting on top of his shoulders. It almost seems very like temple, I guess Asian, I don't know if you could call it Oriental, but kind of a pose like that. And it matches so well with like the tempo and the beat too. And then the way that they carry him is very interesting, but also works because one of them is only holding him basically by under his butt cheeks, which doesn't give him a lot of leverage to keep him up there unless he has a really thick ass and it's he has. But the other guy is the one that mostly has more of the leverage because he has his knees bent, and so it gives him more of a support and stabilizes him up there. He's not really that high off the ground, but it still works in that it creates a very unique shape when he's being carried up. It's not like a very straight up carried. It's not those very often used carries where you sit on their shoulders or both of their or they're sitting, or he's bending both of his knees and he's sitting on the two people's shoulders. So it's a little bit unique in the way that they carry him. This dude just went all out with that hip around. What the heck? Okay. Ooh. And it's interesting because his feet is staying the same place, and it's almost like his whole upper body is also staying the same place, and only his hips is the one that's moving in the front. So that kick down to like a slide to the ground, you need to use a lot of momentum. Kick. See, when they hop back and then they turn around. That's when they get that more of the momentum to be able to go down all the way to the ground and slide. And there's a reason why they're all wearing long pants, because if you're wearing shorts, you're gonna have floor burns from the friction, and it's not fun. It's not a fun feeling. And kick and step back, slide, and then very nice like hold there. Once they slide, they stick into that position and then move on to the next one. Really good. I don't really follow Stray Kids that closely, so I don't know what's going on with his eyes. Did he injure it? I just noticed he has a patch over it. Did he injure it, or is it part of the theme of the song? I don't know. I know there's some animes where the characters have one patch, eye patch on, and I don't know if this is the case or he just kind of injured it or he had some surgery. I'm not sure. Let me know. That rap, I think it's a rap part. It just seems very much like it doesn't seem very rapish. It just seems like more like he's having a dialogue or conversation with somebody. Very interesting. It's like that one's like simple where they only need 3 people, but the way that they do it is interesting. I've never seen one where if you're the one singing, you turn to the back and you come back forward. It's new. And then they add the body rolls. Of course, they're gonna add the body rolls. Let's see. It's in a very awkward position to do a body roll. Like they're down low, and their knees are bent and they're trying to do the body roll, you don't have much of that leverage. Versus if you're standing up all the way, you can do a better body roll that way. But this one, they're hunched over and they're trying to do a body roll. See, compared to when they stood up from there, they can do a better body roll. When they're down here, it's a little bit more difficult because you don't have that, I guess, the length and the leverage to do a full body roll from head, shoulders, hips, and all the way down. So let's see that again, all the way from here. Yeah, because from there you can when they get up from there, now they have that starting point to start from the head, body all the way down. So in a way, it does work where they're coming up low here, and then they stand back up. It's like perfect place to do a better body roll because you're coming from down low to come up, so you can start all the way from the head, from the top all the way down. That it's similar to their previous song. I forgot. Was it God's Menu? It's similar to that. And it's like a dance move that's also like a gesture. You know how you would spit in your hand and rub it or whatever. They made it into a move, which is interesting. This dude is just doing that. He's like leaning back more than the other members. Let's see that again. What are they doing with their knees? It's like a flow. They flow from their right leg all the way to the left. And then they gotta stand all the way on one foot. Damn, hold on. They're standing on one foot, but they're also moving their legs in and out, and their hips moving too. What? So the legs go to the front and then the back, and then they have to switch directions to look on the other side. I think for that you have to use your hands. Yeah, so they had the hands back the other way, but then they quickly move it to this way and then switch. That's how they get that momentum to switch to the other direction. Because if not, that's just really hard. How are you gonna switch directions without the help of your hands to get you there? But they add also like a body roll, but their knees go in and out. It's like a lot of dynamic balance, being able to balance on one foot, and this dude just doing it on his heel, on his ball of his foot. What? Yeah, I don't know if he's like slowly losing his balance, that's why he's lifting his heels up, or if he's purposely doing it just on the ball of his foot. If it's purposely on the ball of his foot, that's really hard. That's like makes your base of support even narrower, smaller, so a lot more balance that he has to do, a lot more core stability he has to do. And I think he's in the center, so that means he's also singing this part, I'm guessing. Yeah, I don't know, it might be a little bit of like him trying to get his balance. But yeah, that's really hard, balancing one foot and then having to turn the direction and then maintaining that balance. Like imagine if you lost your balance and put your foot down, it would ruin the whole look of this section. Yeah, that's really hard for all of them to be able to do it without breaking their balance. And then they go from all the way up, they drop down low. Poor knees, R.I.P. That's an interesting canon. Oh, Oh, the cannon goes from. So it was kind of weird because usually you would start all the way to the left and then all the way around. That's how you would cannon it. But they did it differently where it's this guy first, all the way around to reach an end with this guy. So if we take another look at that. Yeah, like usually you would start at the very left and then make full circle, but they make it a little bit different. And that little like hand gesture, it's very like it catches your eye from that cannon into that. And then they also do the body roll. That walk reminds me of like how Asian grandfathers would walk. Their hands would be behind their back and they walk. But anyway, let's go back from that cannon. Walk and walk. And then from, very much a lot of things going on in the music and the dance, it all kind of slows down and not slows down, but simplifies it a little bit. And then the dance move becomes a lot more simple to match the song. I really like how this guy was doing that little knee in and out thing with the hands, like he's really grooving to it. That little hand thing reminds me of when, I don't know, back then you would play with like, the knives and you would try to go between your fingers, the space between. So I don't know if that's what they're trying to go for, maybe. That formation is really interesting. Is like their hands are the rope, and it's like tying him around in the center. The way that the formation is. See how their hands are all kind of wrapped around each other. It's like keeping him inside. I don't know if that's what they were going for, or if that fits with the lyrics at this point. Oh, I didn't see him behind. Wait, how did he get there? Okay, I didn't see him. Sneaking level 100 right there. I did not see him back there. Oh, now they change it. They changed it. I think it's the pre-chorus, where before they were just down here. Now to make it a little bit different and fresh, to kind of add levels to it. So up and down. Whoa. That was, oh my gosh, that was so creative in terms of in the beginning, they would do it with, their hands and they would do it like that. But this time they're making it with their arms, imitating the lips of, your mouth. It's almost like that little lip on your mouth, but it's bigger in terms of, it's using your arms and it mimics it and you can definitely picture it in your mind that it's a mouth. Whoever thought of that was really creative. I really like how they always change something in the pre-chorus and the chorus to keep it fresh. Let's do that again. Like even like the laugh it goes with it. Like, wow, choreographers have to be like super creative for all of this. It's just crazy. Yeah, that chorus when you're just standing in one leg is super hard. They step into it, their feet's in front. You gotta have that, mobility in your hips to even do like a figure 4 almost. And then that's how they get the momentum, was they swing this arm here and then they swing it to the other side to be able to face to their left side. Yeah, and then immediately you have to bring your arm back and then do like a body roll with their knees in and out. It's like so many things moving that it's just hard to maintain a balance. What's that weird? That's a. Is that like? I'm confused. Oh, is that a? Was that a sound effect in the music? Even here is like, if you're in the front, oh man, you best believe you have to really stick it and kill that part, because it would ruin the whole look if you lost your balance and you had to put your foot down. He must be under a lot of pressure to be right in front. Like, I would say this is difficult because you're swinging your legs out and back in. So you have to, shift your weight a little bit so that you're keeping your balance. And then when it comes in, you got to shift your weight a little bit too to get that balance stable. It's like, his knees like shaking. Better not lose this balance. Oh, it's like a zombie move. Now they go like into big moves from there that matches with the song and the lyrics. Actually, it's not that hard. It's just the hands going up and down and a little bit of like hopping in place, but it's really tiring, especially close to the end of the song. We gotta have still that energy really high up, and they're like jumping up and down, waving their hands back and forth. And also a lot of swag for this one. Ooh. The guy in the center, what the heck with that drop? So his drop is different in that he crosses, I think he crosses his legs. Oh yeah, he crosses his legs back. The others are just like squatting all the way down. But that's really hard because that's a lot of pressure on your knees, and you gotta be able to bounce back up from there. That's crazy. What the heck? How? This is so interesting. It's like a human train human train carrying somebody. So actually they've thought of ways to kind of stabilize himself. His knees over his shoulder, and this guy's grabbing his leg so that he doesn't fall off. So it gives him more of a stable, platform to be able to sit up there. Still, it's not a very comfortable position to be sitting in. So you have to really use your core for this to balance. And you're moving, or the train is moving, so again, lots of balance for this one. It's not as easy as they make it seem. Whoo! Was that a barrel roll? Is that what they call it? Woo-hoo! Wow. Yeah, definitely, I would say it's not as complicated as the other dances, but it's still very hard and very high energy. They gotta balance on that one leg. They gotta do all of this jumping up and down and balance, all of that. Still really good. Props to Stray Kids. What do you think? Did you guys like that? If you do, let me know down below. And if there's any other groups or songs you want me to check out, let me know down below, and I'll see you next time. Bye!